Alright, what's up guys? This is King Crypto. I know it's been such a long time, but I'm back from the dead. I have a lot to talk about with you guys. I'm going to finally start being able to do my daily vids again, or my every other daily vids, as well as building this Discord channel, which is looking poppin'. I got some seriously legit people on my team, and it's going to be a really, really affordable rate per month for the subscription, which will give you trading signals, exclusive ICOs, um, just urgent news, things like that. So I'm really excited for that. But today we're going to be talking about Ethereum and why you should be on the lookout for May 7th, because May 7th is a pretty important date for it. It could actually turn the tides of whether Ethereum will be in the top 10 or not, or if it could continue its bull run and maybe break new all-time highs. So without further ado, Eric Calvin's wins the Litecoin of the day. It's been a while actually waiting your next vid. Sure hope this is a bull run, not a trap. These FUD commenters really getting on my nerves. Market's unpredictable. All we can do is look for signs. I personally think this is the renaissance after the dark ages. And I agree with that. I made this video on 420, and this is when Bitcoin broke out of 870. And now we see that it's at 960. So that's good news. It's really good news. So it looks like my prediction was, it's not, I wouldn't call it a bull run, but it's definitely not a bear run anymore. So I'm really happy to see that no one's losing money, hopefully, at this point. So I'm going to send them that real quick, and we're going to get on with this. So guys, let's talk about Ethereum right now. Ethereum broke through 800 today at some point, a few hours ago, I believe, something like that. And this is partly because the markets are coming back to life again, but it's also because the SEC hearing is coming up on May 7th that will determine whether it's a security or a utility token. Now, this is a monumental thing for Ethereum, because if it is registered as a security, it's going to have to comply with federal regulations, and if that happens, it's going to cause a really big drop in price. However, as you can see with the price increase within the past few days, some of it I'm sure is from this news. It's just the fact that Bitcoin is considered a utility now by the SEC, and this came out I think a week ago, maybe a few days. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I haven't been in the crypto scene very much lately because of how busy I've been. But all I know is that if Bitcoin is going to be considered a utility, then or not a security at the least, then Ethereum definitely shouldn't be considered a security. Ethereum is more of a utility than Bitcoin is, for sure. Its design is to help other people design decentralized apps. That's the purpose of Ethereum. So, I want to just break down what's the difference between a security and a utility, and why does it matter. So, a security is essentially an asset that is intangible, okay? Back before we had iPhones to buy stocks, investors received certificates, right, that validated their investment. So they had a certificate that proved that they owned this much stock, and those certificates were known as securities. So a security, things that come to my mind are stocks, bonds, mutual funds, things like that. A bar, a gold bar or a silver bar is not a security. A house or a car is not a security because they're tangible. So that's kind of the idea of a security. It's so there's two types of securities as well, called debt securities and equity securities. And we're just going to focus on equity securities because they're pretty much the same thing as a stock. So that's what we're looking at right now. As well, there's the utility token, and that's come out recently based on the whole cryptocurrency movement. And a utility token is essentially a functional coin, right? That doesn't exist as an asset, but as an instrument for a specific purpose. Like Ripple is a functional coin. It exists to speed up banking payments internationally. So it's not a security. Now, like I said, the SEC now considers Bitcoin to be a utility, and I believe it's because they look at Bitcoin as a transactional or functional coin. It's not designed to be an investment. There's no company behind it. So, and I guess in another sense, there's nobody that owns Bitcoin. So it's kind of hard to make anyone pay the price. How can they regulate something that no one owns? So maybe it's to make their lives easier. I don't really know, but they don't look at it as a stock. So that gives us leeway to not deal with the regulations that come. Now, why does this matter with Ethereum? So I think I've explained it, but the SEC doesn't interfere with utility coins. We see that a lot with a lot of ICOs. If you design your ICO as a utility token, you can do it without know your customer. You can pretty much get away with it without any problems, as long as you don't say certain things like this will make money in a year, or I don't know, just things like that. I've never, created an ICO, but there are regulations. If it's a utility, they're going to push it as a utility, and they're going to make sure that the investors know that it's not designed to grow. It's designed as an instrument to their website. So, of course, we invest in Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies. We look at it as an investment, but they don't represent stocks, which is a security. So if they regulate Ethereum as a security, hefty federal regulations could stunt and potentially kill its growth. And that's without a doubt what would happen in the short term. Maybe Ethereum would comply, and maybe it would make them even bigger. But in the short term, it would be a pretty bad hold for somebody if the security or the SEC deemed Ethereum as a security. And that's why the decision on May 7th is so important, because it will impact Ethereum's future, especially in the short term. If they regulate it as a security, they'll have to deal with the innovation-killing regulations. But I think the reason why Ethereum keeps pumping is because people, it's a rumor, it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. In this case, people are banking on the SEC to deem Ethereum as a utility. I mean, if they did it with Bitcoin, it would be, I feel like we'd be living in the twilight zone if they did it with Ethereum. And you also have to consider all the ICOs that have come out of Ethereum, the ERC20 tokens that have come from Ethereum. How the hell are they going to regulate all that? They can barely do it. They can't even do it. I mean, really, it's almost impossible to regulate this market. And not only that, but it's just not a security. So that's my take on it, and I think a lot of people also believe that that's where it's headed. It's going to probably be deemed a utility. A lot of people are buying it now because once the announcement is made that it is a utility, we're going to see another big spike. Who knows how high it's going to go. But what I do know is that will fuel Ethereum's next bull run, and we could seriously see a really big spike, like another parabolic move on Ethereum's part. As we could see here, this was the last parabolic move, and it went all the way up to 1400, just about. And it's starting to look like it's getting set up to go that route, if that happens, right? And I'm not saying it will go spiking straight up, but it will set up the foundation for a serious bull run. So that's where it's at right now. So I know I haven't been making videos, but I hope this information was helpful for you. I think it's actually it's very important that you pay attention to these kind of details, because that is where the money is, right? And that's that, guys. I just wanted to let you know about that. So if you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you enjoyed it more than just a like, please subscribe to my channel. I got plenty of information coming out every other day that will give you guys a little bit of an edge to build that portfolio of yours. And that's pretty much it. Also keep in mind my Discord channel will be coming out soon, and you will be getting really good trading signals. And those trading signals, I've been using them. The people that are in the group that are good at it, I use them, and I've made a pretty decent amount just by taking their advice. So it does work, and I'm excited to share that with you all. So with all that said, have a great day, guys. I'm King Crypto. Let's get cryptical. Peace.